everyone, and welcome to another rendition of XGR. Joining me today is Anastasia Anastasia, whatever the fuck, aka Geeky Girl.
Yeah.
Laserbeam, that's it. Anastasia Laserbeam.
Pew pew pew.
It's actually easier to say than my actual last name.
What's so hard to say about Aborosco?
Yeah. Exactly.
Avocado. Aristocrat.
Yeah.
Rackerzog.
Yes. And
Okay.
I still say your middle name's Tiberius.
Yeah.
But no, kidding. But next up we have Ricky the Hammer, stay-at-home dad gamer.
Hello.
And finally, joining us all the way over from the other side of the world in Australia, I give to you Kage, the fallen angel.
You need to do that a lot better.
That would only be if I cared.
It sounded like you used too much tongue.
And isn't it Ricky the Chisel?
It
Not
will be Ricky the
in
Chisel in
5-star.
5-star. And I'll be Chris, aka the Gopher. But now, as usual, the news. First up, we shall go to Little Miss Laserbeam. Pew! That
Right?
needs to be a thing every time we introduce that. Pew!
Pew, pew, pew. Anyway, so mostly I have Nintendo Direct news, but tiny bit of PlayStation 4 news or an update or announcement. PlayStation 4 reserves now not like the shipping time may not like actually come in when it's supposed to, so you may get late shipping or you may get it a day afterwards. So I'll have to watch Mo play his PlayStation 4 while I'm waiting for mine, probably.
I'm going to say once more with feeling.
The PlayStation 4 is not fixing on time, sad face. Just lay down and die.
Your tears. It's like ambrosia.
Alright, so Nintendo Direct.
You have to admit, Richter, a crying woman is like an aphrodisiac.
It's the same thing with me for men. Crying men, I just will eat it up. Anyway. The Sonic Lost Worlds, the cylinder kind of levels with the rotating views, pretty friggin' awesome. Looks great. It's gonna be on. Is it both on Wii U and 3DS? Because I don't know if the 3DS is that to have the cylinder shaped things as well.
I don't know if the 3DS is. I think 3DS is more of a 2.5D platforming game, but it's either way. Like I mentioned the last time I mentioned the Sonic game, it looks awesome. I'm looking forward to it. My only problem with the Nintendo Direct one this week, when they showed it, is there was no new footage. It was the same footage, just with a different narration. I'm like, I don't care. We already knew all this stuff. This is the same news I read off a while ago with parkour.
Yeah, so that's coming out October 22nd. So that'll be fun. And I also really like the Art Academy thing because like the friggin' people like I like when they originally said like everybody who's been making all their artwork smushed and sideways now they get like a full thing for it. You know, so you don't have to like tilt your head and be like, huh, snap your neck, and then like and like and people try so freaking hard to do it in the little pad they only have black and white, and now you get like a full like thing to show all your like artsy fartsy skills. And I know people who are like totally gonna like just do that for like no money at all.
I should be drawing a HD stick figure.
Yeah. Yeah. More importantly, Professor Layton is having 2 new games. One of them is gonna be starring the Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
One crossover. Yay!
Objection.
Overruled. And the other one is Professor Layton and the word I can't pronounce thing.
Please tell me that's the name of it.
No.
Professor
It's
Layton and the
literally-
word I can't pronounce.
Can't-
Dude, you didn't pronounce it right.
Yeah.
Does that little animated thing when you get something wrong.
The Asrin Legacies or something, Asrian, something like that. So, yeah. And that'll be coming out 2014, unfortunately, though. I have to wait a whole year. I was fangirling, and it's like 2014. Everything comes out in
Well,
2000.
of course it's 2014. It's Nintendo.
Shut up. Hate you. Anyway, but something awesome is coming out this year. Wind Waker HD! Fuck yeah! I'll be doing a full review and let's play of that. It'll be fun. I can't wait for that. Oh my god, it's just like drooling over. It's like freaking ice cream and sprinkles. It's gonna be so.
And now I pulled the condescending Wonka pose and I say to you, buying Wind Waker HD? Please tell us again how Call of Duty fans are idiots for always buying the same game.
Hey, I am not like people can buy Call of Duty as many times as they want. I will buy Legend of Zelda as many times as I want, except for the handheld ones because those like generally don't work out for me. But yeah, so that's my news.
Cool. And next up with the news will be Ricky.
All right, got two little bits today. One of which a tour group going through Valve's headquarters, just a little north of me, was taking pictures of some of this stuff, and one of the signs said something about Left 4 Dead 3, so it might have been inadvertently revealed slightly early by an eagle-eyed person taking pictures on a tour.
Wait, you know what this means?
What?
Valve are now doing threes.
I know.
Half-Life 3.
I know. Well, if you take 4 and subtract 3, you get 1. And then if you divide that by 2, that's half.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they call those, but people are funny. But yeah. But
And if you're getting excited about this news and you're watching this radio show about video games, you have pretty much no life. You could almost say you have half a life.
oh. And there's 3 of us. Oh, clues.
Yeah. 4, you forgot Fallen Angel.
Oh, well then they're skipping one. There is no Half-Life
But-
3. There's only Half-Life 4.
There's 3 men here, and there's half a woman.
What do you mean half of one? What half of me is still here?
Oh. Oh, you'll see. After the accident, you'll see.
And then
I don't
my
know which half of me I'd prefer to survive. Maybe just
then your
vertically.
lower half can be robot legs.
I was thinking vertically,
Darth
like down the
Stacy.
middle, like cyborg. If my left half can be all computer, my right half can be like all like normal, like cyborg or something.
No, her
Ooh.
lower half will be like Rob the robot with the wheel.
Johnny 5 should get those treads.
Yes. But none of this is news.
I know. It will be. It's future news.
Future news. Tell us, Kage, you're from the future. When does the accident take place?
Let's say, can I at least get a handicap parking slot or something like sticker so I can get better parking?
Yes.
I want to be mean and say you should already do, but
Well, I borrow my grandma sometimes, but
That is messed up.
now I'm making fun of mental disabilities.
yeah, okay. So other not Kage, other Richter news.
Over-
Last little
Oh,
bit to get your your weekly dose of games you've never heard of. Xseed announced that they are going to bring out Senran Kagura to the 3DS this fall. And
Fuck yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I know. Well, if you have a 3DS and you're a man, you should. But basically, they're bringing out the sequel one, and the game is well known as. Before they started development, the creator, when they announced the 3DS, he said, "What do I want to make in 3D? Boobs." So he just made a game. It's side-scrolling beat 'em up, kind of like Final Fight, and just jiggly women all over the place. So definitely, I want to check that out. And it's going to be.
Please tell me it has the same mechanic from Wet.
I was
It
gonna
has
say
a
you
better one. It follows anime logic, where as they fight, their clothes tear off so they can transform and other ridiculous.
Yes.
I was
But,
gonna say you should this in a Resident Evil movie.
But it's going to be download only, so I'm glad we're getting it. But until Nintendo, starts having accounts and shit, like I'm still sad that and Phoenix Wright are going to be digital only.
Yeah, I don't really mind downloading from the Nintendo store. I'll be honest. I mean, if you do it early on when you got a Wii U, like right now, Rick,
Mm-hmm.
and you do it till the end of this year, each game you buy, they give you money, so it's worth it. It's just a case of, yeah, you may lose your shit if anything happens to your console.
Yeah,
But part of me is like, well, if I have the game as on a disc, if something happens to my disc, I would lose my shit.
yeah, but I would lose one disc versus however many games I download.
True.
But yeah, so
Unless it happened to your shelf containing your games.
That'd be messed up.
Hey, Daddy, I found these metal donuts and I ate them.
Yeah. I remember reading that some guy, his like I think it was 3 or 4 year old, was just kept putting discs in the PS3, and he's like, there were like 6 in there. I just kept ejecting them, and they just kept coming out. And I was like, it can hold more than one at a time? That's crazy.
If it can hold more than one at once, I have to ask, why didn't they build it with a disc changer built in, like some of those DVD players? Because I would have fucking loved that if I could just load in like 6 fucking discs of the PS3 and leave them in, then just press a button and go.
I know, that'd be pretty cool.
You've seen them on DVD players,
Yeah,
right?
I have. Yeah, and like old CD players had those too.
Yeah, why don't more stuff use them?
I don't know. They're lazy.
Yeah.
If they put that in, more poor Chinese workers will leap to their death. That's why.
You mean Chinese, like, 10-year-olds?
Yeah, Chinese sweatshop labor. Shout out to thanks Foxconn, but
Thanks, Jeff.
thanks Marcus. But that's all my news for this week.
Okay, I didn't know the Fallen Angel doesn't have news, so I shall go last. First is a bit of a downer. Have you heard about the 19-year-old, I want to say intercalil man? I don't know how to pronounce that word. I can copy and paste it for any of you that need to.
Okay.
That one.
Cargill? I can't pronounce.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Okay.
In the cargo.
Okay, thank you, Kage. But the man, he assaulted his elderly grandmother in a state of anger, and the judge rendered him, called him a bully, and gave him 12 months suspension. Because, like it said, where is it? Judge Phillips has said the man's elderly grandmother just asked the 19-year-old teenager to please pack his PlayStation away, and he became so angry he punched a wall and then pushed his grandmother in the chest, causing her to fall, hit her head on a table before falling onto concrete floor.
Wow.
She was knocked out unconscious.
What did he get suspended from?
He got 12 months 12 months supervision. I mean, not suspension. But
Who's supervising him?
I don't know. It doesn't
Marcus
say.
Shadow.
This says district court was sentenced to integral district court and was sentenced to 12 months supervision for assaulting a female.
So basically, he's just gonna sit in his room and play more PlayStation 3 with his grandmother. Good job.
Yeah. He was sentenced to a total of 14 months jail for 2 charges of assaulting a female and 2 for breaching a protection over April 22nd and June 25th. But this is recent news from today as well when it was mentioning it. But yeah, kind of a downer, kind of stupid. If someone says, oh, put your PlayStation away, you don't turn and go, oh, I know what to do here. This will get my point across.
Yeah.
Let's punch a wall and then push her till she's unconscious. Next is Dragon Age Inquisition news.
Woo!
They have announced that as of today, the ability to choose your own character's race will return in the 3rd series. The option was removed in the 2nd installment, with all players assuming the role of human named Hawk. The details come fresh from the reveal of I think they mentioned Game Informer may have revealed this and stuff like that, but it hasn't come out yet. The ability listed along large and varied environments, customizable armor, There's ways that BioWare is addressing feedback from previous titles in order to shape a new future for the franchise. The trailer also shows a review. The trailer shows also that they're including mounts to the series for the first time ever,
Interesting.
and apparently you're going to have different race mounts as well.
That's cool.
Yes, because they said we're
Got a little
taking a
World of
huge.
Warcraft in there.
Yeah, they said we've taken a pretty huge opportunity by shifting engines, by exploring some new types of gameplay. The core reason we've done that is to look at the future of BioWare games, not just Dragon Age, where the player has more agency.
Well, I just thought you said like it's bigger and stuff, so you might need to get around faster because you
Yeah,
said like the might be
you
bigger.
might do, but because they've swapped engines as well, because let's face it, this is going to be their next gen engine as well. They've included like mounts and stuff, so it should be pretty cool. My last bit of news, which is also a follow-up bit of news from one of my previous ones. Alice Otherlands was successfully funded.
Woo!
Rendered in beautiful 3D animation, Alice enters the Otherlands of London's most beautiful and terrifying minds.
That's
This is basically a sequel to American McGee's Alice, and the downside so far, at least, bit of news here is they mentioned in the pitch that they needed, where was it? Alice, they needed like 225,000 or something like that in order to get the original voice actors back. They got 2222, so they're just slightly off. However, they've also turned it over to PayPal so people can still keep funding their project after Kickstarter. So I'm like, that's kind of cool. And even if we don't get the original voices back, it's still going to be written by the same people. It's going to be it's an Alice. It's a sequel to the Alice PC games and PS3 and 360 now, which I'm excited to see what the hell that's like.
Woo!
So yes, that ends the news.
Oh, I just remembered one that's really minor, but I wanted to point it out. I just found this out yesterday, but if all of our viewers that watched last week's or listened to last week's, they when I mentioned the MMOs we want to see, and I mentioned a Transformers MOBA game. Do you remember that the Transformers MMO that was being made by Jagex or Jagex, however you say it?
Yep. Transformers Universe.
Yeah, apparently I didn't know this until yesterday. Apparently they did change it to a MOBA at some point, and I was like, "What?"
So not only did your list of games that aren't being made that we want to see, not only was one of them
Yeah,
a game that already exists in another country,
Uh-huh.
it's also a game that is already currently being made.
Apparently, yeah. They
Yeah.
listened and went back in time. And
Yeah, I don't know about you viewers, but I'm just doubting the integrity of any of Richter's lists from now on. I just don't think we can trust him. I feel now when it comes to lists, Richter's as trustworthy as if a married man was to say to O.J. Simpson, "Hey, why don't you look after my wife?"
Well, I'll get Jim to read my next list. That'll make it legit.
Yeah, that'll make it legit. Because he's hardcore. But let's go over now to the next section, which is catch up, where we talk about the games we played this week and we catch up on what we've done. First up for this section, let's go over to The Fallen Angel.
What am I doing?
Thank you, Fallen Angel. Now we go to no. It's catch up. You meant to talk about what games you've played this week.
This week I have played none because I've been moving house, unfortunately.
So you've been playing Tetris in the back of a moving van.
No. No, I've been playing Tetris in the trailer and in the back of the car.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
We will excuse it this week. We shall excuse it. So how about this time? How about you, geeky girl? Because I know mine and Richter's kind of overlap. So.
Well, I played a little bit of Dragon Age because I just wanted to see the opening origin for the city elf. So I just wanted to see that because it was really interesting because I heard that one the people get raped or whatever. So I was like, I gotta check that out. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And I really love the outfit, like the way the outfit, like the city elf, her main like wedding outfit. That's really pretty. I want that as an actual outfit that I would wear like in this time period right now.
I have to say, don't you live in the state of New York?
Yeah, and
So if you want to see people get raped, just go to the city. That
uh,
that'd be like me saying, to Victor, you know what? I really wanted to see what an English city looked like, so I bought the Getaway.
they're elves. It's different.
So cosplay.
It's expensive. Anyway,
That may have been offensive to some people in New York.
yeah,
In which case, I will say, I'm sorry, James.
yeah. All right. So also, I've been playing more Final Fantasy VII. That's been like really fun and stuff. I'm still noticing how they tweak like the graphics and stuff. I do like it because it's not like big thing. They just kind of polished it a little bit. But mostly, I've been addicted to playing Binding of Isaac. Oh my god, I love Binding of Isaac so much. It's like literally the best. It's so addicting. I don't know what the pills and stuff do though. I keep collecting all this stuff and I never know or remember what it does. Or if I collect something after the final boss, like it says what it does in the bottom for like 1 second, and I always miss it, so I still don't know. So I have to like I feel like I should have like a guide with me so when I collect something I know what it does before I like get it. I just it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me where like what it is, and that's the only thing that annoys me about it. Because it's like you got blue pill, it doesn't tell you what it does, or you got cat's tail, or the hanger with your head or something, or weird shit. Like anyway, but yeah, that's the games I've been playing this week.
Cool. So now we'll turn over to Ricky.
All right. First up, excuse me. I got my Shin Megami Tensei 4, so I tried that a little bit, and it's okay. I'm not too crazy about the recruiting mechanic. If you've played, not you people, of course, but other people may have played some of the other, some of the Persona games. Nocturne had it, but oh, that recruiting mechanic. So basically, you ask a demon to join you, and then they throw out a random question with random answers, and like there's no logic to it. It just drives me up the wall. So, it's like, hey, demon, why don't you join me? And he's like, do you like clouds? And you're like, sure. And he's just like, I hate clouds, I'll kill you. And you're like, what is this nonsense? But
It sounds like Animal Crossing, and you have to buy them a gift on their birthday and talk about the latest fashion.
that must be it. I should have done that. Or that's the other thing is that they're like, oh, okay, I'll join you. Can I have like $30? And you're like, okay. Like, can I have a resurrection item? And I'm like, I got one of those. No. Like, can I have a poison curing item? I'm like, sure. Like, can I have $200? And I'm like, no, I just gave you. It's like a child. They just keep asking for stuff, and it ends the same with me killing them, which that's normal. But other than that,
You used to have 3 kids.
I did.
Yeah,
The third one's head's on a pike outside the house just to warn the others.
Yeah. Right after I had 4 kids, I had 3 kids. That's correct. Also played some more Dragon's Crown. It's an awesome game. The final boss is a piece of shit, though. Like, God, that thing is so cheap. So enough of that. Finally, though, I was happy because I got my Monster Hunter for the Wii U. Holy shit, that looks nice in HD. The gamepad is takes a bit getting used to because the buttons are in a different place from the 3DS a bit. And I was also happy because my buddy is back from China for a couple of months, so we got together and played some of the 3DS one. So I actually got to play multiplayer because he was like,
Tell me you got the Pro controller.
I'm working on getting that. Unfortunately, yeah.
That game's a lot more useful with the Pro controller because you can play it longer.
I know. That's what I want. I want the Pro controller, but unfortunately, literally like a day or two before I got my Wii U in the mail, it was like, I didn't know this until after, but Best Buy had a deal of the day for a Pro controller for $25, and I'm just like, oh, like, couldn't have been too. Yeah, I know. So I am trying to get one of those because I really, really want to use it for that. But it was really fun to play the multiplayer on the 3DS one, and because I used to always play the Wii one online and the PSP one local with him and his brother. But since he's been in China for past 2.5, 3 years or so. We obviously, haven't done local on that, but it was lots of fun. And then,
I still say like one of the Sundays when we know the wrestling's on, if you can, you need to go to Marcus's, bring your game, your 3DS and your 3DS game, and I'll get ChrisB to bring his 3DS, and all four of us play online together.
yeah, I do want to do that. At the very least, I would like to play with you and ChrisB, and then at some point I will bring my copy over to Marcus's house and attempt to teach him how to play it.
Oh god, that'll be horrible.
I know we need to record that and record the Skype conversation for it.
That needs to be a let's play.
I can't put my weapon away. It's impossible.
Or he could do what I kept doing when I first started to play that game on the Wii U,
Mm-hmm.
as the ChrisB could contest to. If he's still listening, he may be able to type or whatever. But I kept accidentally pressing the Y button instead of, or the B button instead of X or whatever it was I was pressing by mistake. As a result, instead of attacking, right before I went to attack, I got down on my hands and knees and sharpied my weapon.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
Which I kept doing it over and over again to the point where I ended up losing my Sharpies. And ChrisB said, yep, he did.
not putting away your weapon might sound like a personal problem.
Heyo. But then the last game that I played this week was called Payday the Heist. And we played it with XGR's own ChrisB, aka the Mole, and the ChrisB.
I'm gonna say for this bit, since I've played it as well, did the ChrisB want to get on voice and join us since he's played this as well? Since literally you'll get all three perspectives.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ChrisB, you've heard about him before. You know what he's like. He's here.
Okay.
But it was that was a pretty fun game. I don't know what you guys thought.
I liked it. I do like that game where I like shooting games like that where you've got an objective instead of just team deathmatch.
Yeah.
I always prefer that, and I loved working together. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's just a shame about the bloody difficulty. That's not normal.
Oh yeah, the difficulty spike. That's ridiculous. We went from easily being able to do the first one to pretty easily doing the second one to not being able to do the third.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is, like, we all play a fair amount of games. Like, we played shooters. It's not like we don't know what we're doing. Just, you got that clown car effect and just so many cops. And it's on normal. Like, it feels like it's on a harder difficulty for other games. Like, the normal there feels like, hard or something. That's crazy.
It
So I
does.
dread that bridge level on hard.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it does because basically with, for example, the ChrisB, he plays as many shooters as you play Japanese dating sims.
One? No.
Okay, JRPGs.
Oh, okay.
Like, I like to play fighting games. He
Yeah.
plays a lot of shooters. He's having difficulty with this game. That shouldn't happen.
I know.
Like Victor mentioned with the clown car thing, oh my god, we're just walking around and it's almost like I said before, I swear they target player one. Because no matter where I am, they fucking climb the bridge over to wherever the fuck I am. Or they swarm wherever the fuck I am. It's like, no, stop this.
Yeah, well, in the trailer for the second one, they called it, the first one was like Left 4 Dead with cops, and that feels very apt, except the zombies don't have guns in Left 4 Dead, which I think kind of unbalances it in their favor.
Yeah, because in like Left 4 Dead with the zombies, you can just go wah and stand back and shoot them all and take them out. This one, you got like big guys who go boom and shoot you with the tasers that make you start fucking, like I've mentioned in the past, acting like Stephen Hawking trying to wire a stereo. Going,
And they aimbot like hella hard. Like, you just like peek out a little, it's like pow, and a shot already hits you, and you're like, I don't even know where that guy is. And then on our favorite bridge level, there's like this crane outside, and you can watch a cop scale the crane and walk out on the like crane arm to shoot us, and I'm like, would a cop really do that though?
Yeah. And they use hostages as shields.
Yeah, the cops use innocent people as shields. And my favourite's the helicopters, though, where you get like 3 or 4 of them coming out the helicopter, and all of me, ChrisB, and Richter look up and go, and just fucking shoot them, and then you can just see dead bodies fall.
Dead body falling 30 feet to hit the pavement is hilarious every time.
I kind of want to see just that over and over again, of all of us shooting the cops and them just falling to the floor from the helicopter, them just falling off buildings and dying, or just like the sea of bodies after we've taken them out. Wow, we hear Simon sing, "It's raining man, hallelujah, it's raining
Yes. I was thinking just an animated gif of them falling. Sorry, what, Stacey?
It needs to be done.
Yes.
But Payday the Heist I don't know if it still is, it was currently available for free on PlayStation Plus.
Well, Europe it's still, right? Or is it not?
Yeah, for Europe it's still up on PlayStation Plus. I'm not sure about America.
No, America was a couple months ago that it was up, unfortunately.
So just to make reference to the old Nintendo thing, so what you're saying is Europe can do what America can't.
Yes. I thought you were going to say what... Yeah.
Oh yeah, what America can't.
Well, what's
It's a
funny is,
horrible pun.
in Europe, that makes sense, the timing. And now I understand why they had it for free months ago on, in America. But, like, at the time, I was like, that's a random game to put up. Because I didn't even know there was a sequel to it. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a weird game to put up.
And the sequel looks fucking awesome.
Yeah,
We
it
look
does.
forward to that. But did you want to talk about a bit more about that game, Chris? Because I think you've played it more than me, possibly.
No, probably did pretty much the same.
Ah, okay, I wasn't sure. Or what about your class that you are?
What? Sharpshooter?
Yes, because that's one of the classes I haven't been.
Well, he's basically a sniper, basically.
Fair enough.
Use the class that gets the most.
Self-explanatory, really.
It is self-explanatory, but I meant how does the sniper operate? Because on some games, snipering's not as good as other games.
It loses like body armor and all that,
Yeah.
and he gains accuracy instead,
Ah, fair enough.
which kind of balances out.
Yeah, I'm always the assault guy, just so I can go with the big heavy guns, which is fun.
Yeah.
The combination of me having to go with them then storming me always equals me getting knocked out. It's
Don't worry, the
ridiculous.
AI gets you.
Yeah, the AI gets me. It's ridiculous how many times they fucking... And we found something broken in that the other day as well.
Oh.
Yesterday. Do you remember when we were talking to you and I kept giggling and ChrisB kept saying fuck you?
Oh, yeah.
Because every time the computer went to heal him, I then pressed a button that tells the computer, come over here a sec. So the computer then go, oh, okay, and just walk over to me.
One thing I don't like in that game is whenever you're, like holding the button to do an objective or getting someone up, that when someone's doing that, it doesn't stop other people from doing it, and other people doing it doesn't, like, make it go faster or anything.
Yep.
So sometimes, like, one of us will be getting someone up, and then the computer's doing it too, and it's like, no, someone should be shooting, but we don't know if the other person's doing it. It's...
Yeah.
Wish they
One
copied
thing I
that from
don't-
Left 4 Dead.
One thing I don't like is when you do it now and again, it suddenly makes you go boom and face upwards in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying.
But that's a pretty good game. And I will say thank you for joining us, ChrisB.
Yes, thank you.
Do what?
We may see ChrisB again next week.
Dun, dun.
Because let's face it, if you're going to be playing with me Starhawk next week with ChrisB, we're going to have to get him to join us again for Starhawk.
Yeah.
But back to you, Victor.
And I got this. I was thinking of the theme song, or not like the theme song of Dragon Age, but like the Age of the Dragon thing. I'm imagining like snow in the background again. Like, the whole thing took place in winter.
Nice. And like I said, back to you, ChrisB. Oh, ChrisB, Victor.
American Crispy. That was
American
all I
Crispy.
had played this week.
Fair enough. And yeah, and I will say to you, Geeky Girl, it's not Snowhawk. I said that once as a joke. It's Starhawk. It's in space. Parts of it in space, parts of it are futuristic. But that'll bring me to my games this week then. My games, I played Starhawk, which is cool. It's like Battlefront, where you get to transform into like mechs and go from plane into mech and stuff. Cool as fuck. You get tanks, you get jetpacks. It's just a really fun game. But I'm not going to go too in depth with that one because I know for a fact we'll want to talk about that next week when we played it with Ricky.
Yeah.
I've played Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. I'm enjoying that game. I am enjoying that game. I will say, if you played I forget, did you play the Super Street Fighter, Rick?
Yes. I played a little bit. I played, honestly, like less of each. So I played a decent amount, not very much, like compared to competitive people, of Street Fighter 4, and then less of each subsequent.
Fair enough. I wasn't sure if you played as Jory.
A little bit, yeah. I played as her more in Street Fighter Cross Tekken though.
Fair enough. I think I have a trophy for this for getting a perfect on one of the matches or something. But oh my god, she's a fucking beast.
Yeah, she's awesome.
If you train her combo, if you chain her combos together, like the spinning with the kick, then go into the kick that releases like a fireball, and then do some other attack, she's a beast. It's cool. But I will admit, when I'm playing those games, I can tell how old I am because every time I'm always like, why isn't Bison showing up early? He's the last boss. Just because I'm used to Street Fighter 2 more than I am the sequels. And then it's like, oh, okay, fine, I beat him. Oh, cool, now I'm against Street Fighter 4's version of Cell, the guy with everyone's power ever.
Oh, God.
He can stretch like the Alceme. He can do like the Sonic Boom. It's ridiculous.
Did they like tone him down? Because in like vanilla Street Fighter 4, I hated fighting him. Like, because he would just like a lot of times would just teleport command grab, and I just got so sick of that.
He has done some. He has been annoying on times on it. However, I'll admit I pretty much wasted him as Jory almost perfect.
Nice.
Actually, I did get a perfect against him as Jory, which then led to a bonus fight where I think I fought Akuma.
Nice.
But it was awesome. I didn't get a perfect against him as Ryu. As Ryu, it was close as fuck. He almost killed me. But as Jory, it was like, I'm just chained on my combos. I didn't even give him a chance to do anything.
My contribution to this is that Street Fighter exists.
Yes, it exists. It's also one of the best fighting game franchises of all time.
Yep.
Well, Jiri does Taekwondo, right? Supposedly.
I think so, yeah.
That's
Although
why I liked her, because that's what I studied.
I did find an interesting fact about her.
Uh-huh.
Interesting fact. She is Korean.
Yes.
The first Korean character in Capcom history, I believe.
Yes.
The Korean people don't like her.
I can believe that.
Apparently the Korean people complained about her being their representation. Saying like she's not accurate of our history, to which like Capcom's like, and you really feel like Dalstal seems accurate of Indians?
All Americans are like Guile. That's
Yeah, you are. You're like Guile.
yeah. Our theme goes with everything.
Yeah. But I played that. I also played a bit more of that game. Oh, what the hell was it called? The Spec Ops.
The line.
Played a bit more of that. That was okay. The last two, which I'll go into more details about. I talked about Spec Ops last time. I love, and I know you've played this, Rick.
Uh-huh.
Retro City Rampage.
I do like that game.
I don't know how far I am in it yet, but I fucking love that game where you're like taking orders from Solid Snake. You got like a time machine with Bill and Ted.
You fight
RoboCop. Yeah, and you have to throw something at him to kill him.
And the Contra guys.
Yes, and like Solid Snake takes you on a mission that's basically like the old style through the army people.
Yeah.
And it's so referencing old 80s stuff and some 90s, but mostly 80s. And it's also got like NES graphics, GTA style, that I've pretty much said if you're an adult, you pretty much have to enjoy this game. It's so nostalgic driven, but at the same time, it's good.
Yeah, the way I put it was if you grew up in the 80s or 90s and played games during those times, you need to at least try that game.
I agree.
Although one thing that made me sad was when I first played it, like when it first came out on PSN, it was like fine, and then he patched it, and which made it easier, which is good because some of that stuff was crazy. But in playing like the part with Solid Snake where the guy says "I feel asleep" or whatever, and I swear he like had to add in like this is intentional, which like made me sad that people like thought he was actually like they didn't understand that was a reference to the line from the original Nintendo version of Metal Gear. They like thought he just couldn't type it. And I'm like, no, people. Oh, 12-year-olds, you're not allowed to play. It's like when like a 12-year-old plays the Bully video game. Like you're not even in high school. You're not allowed to.
Yeah, it's like when the kids nowadays, when they've mentioned like they've included for DuckTales a message that says, "Hey kids, yeah, you need to look for hidden passageways and rooms because people don't think like that now."
Yeah.
That makes me sad. But the last game I played, Total Extreme Wrestling TW 2005. I've been playing that again. I will say 2005 is free. Everyone, check it out. It's free. You can get mods for it if you know where to look, which is free to make it real life. Because it's basically a wrestling management simulator game where you're in charge of your wrestling company. I've been playing. I love that game. I'm thinking about buying 2013 and getting the mods for that to see what the upgrades are like eventually, but or 2014 next year at the end of the year. But still, basically with the mods, I play with the mods, so like everything's real, like it's WWE. It's like the actual photos of the wrestlers and all their stats and stuff. It's unbelievably fun. In the last year, in the last week since I've been playing, and within 1 month, I've taken Ted DiBiase from an opener to a lower mid carder to a mid carder to an upper mid carder, and now he's breaking into main event as like my main heel of the show. I took Cody Rhodes. I got him to win Money in the Bank, successfully cash it in on Dolph Ziggler and win the title. And I've made like Natalia champion. I've hired back Beth Phoenix, Eve Torres. I've hired Amazing Kong. I've hired fucking Velvet Sky. I've hired back Victoria. Which all of this is awesome, and you get to do that. So I've even hired back Kevin Nash for a storyline. I know Victor doesn't like Kevin Nash, but I hired him back. I've been managing to use like Brock Lesnar in storylines and stuff like that. And yes, Cena's still my champion because I kept him champion because he was champion when the game started. I was like, I'll keep him champion because I didn't want a semi-active wrestler like Brock to get the title because that can hurt my show. I was like, I'm going to give it to like Daniel Bryan or Randy Orton at SummerSlam in like a Fatal 4-Way storyline that I'm currently working on. But that's another thing, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
You get to do storylines, and you get to act them out in various scenes via text and stuff. Like right now, to start off my main feud for SummerSlam, now that he's quote champion, I had Ted DiBiase was backstage when Cody Rhodes meets up to him. He's like, "Come on, me and you were friends. Let's get back together." And Ted DiBiase's like, "Sure." Then they're in the middle of the ring, and just like the Triple H thing of "Let's get ready to suck" pedigree to Shawn Michaels, it's that. That scenes in the game with the mod, and I basically had it where it's like they're getting the band back together, and ooh, Ted DiBiase just hit him with his finisher. What's going on here? Why, Ted? Why? Type thing. It's like that's awesome, and basically that then turns Cody face, and yes, I'm building up Ted DiBiase, Cody Rhodes for the World Heavyweight title. It's like my World Heavyweight title is the belt for people that can wrestle. And the WWE title is my title for people that will get me money. It's almost like real life. But yeah, that was TEW. Like I said, it's free. It's available now. Check it out, Rick. And check out the mods. It's fun. If you can be anal with text-based games, like I know you like the wrestling, you get to do stuff like you get to set it in different locations. Like I'll be honest, I haven't gone back to England since I went to England, and ironically, the English people didn't like my show that I'd put on. And check it out, this had matches like Brock Lesnar v John Cena for the WWE title given away on a Monday Night Raw.
Wow.
CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan in an Iron Man match.
Wow.
And these people were like, meh. They were basically like Stacy. They were like, these things exist.
Exactly.
Needed more Fandango. Maybe that was what it was.
Fandango isn't a feud with mine with Jericho. Ironically, it's because it's a mod. What the mod I found, and I can give you this mod, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell people how to get it though, because I don't know if people agree with this type of stuff. Because I agree with mods if it doesn't hurt other players, and this is a single player game. Well, technically it is a multiplayer game, but you can only play with 4 people if you choose to, and they have to have the same roster and stuff as you. But basically, the angle I'm currently running was called Fandango v Jericho or something like that. It's basically the same feud Fandango was in with Jericho leading up to his WrestleMania match. I'm doing that exact feud. I was like, fuck, I'm going to do it. Oh, that's another person I just hired back.
Mm-hmm.
Since he got fired from TNA on it due to an incident, I hired Samoa Joe.
Nice.
And I'm now running a storyline leading into SummerSlam, the best in the world, CM Punk v Samoa Joe. Now tell me that's not a fucking feud you'd want to see.
I would actually. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, but that's the end of that game. But again, it's free. Can give you the mods. Check it out today. Now over to our discussion.
Hey.
To lead us away with our discussion is our games becoming too movie-like. To lead us with this one, or to give us his thoughts and opinions, I will go over to the Fallen Angel, as it's been unfair that he's hardly spoke during this whole podcast.
Oh well. I think the main ones, not movie like as in story wise, but I think maybe graphics wise. Fucking Call of Duty and Battlefront. Holy fuck.
Field.
I don't give a shit.
I do. One of them's Star Wars. one of them's Star Wars. The other one's not. The Star Wars one gets more of a pass. But no,
Yeah.
well, what we meant by this Fallen Angel is we meant the stories themselves, not the games themselves. Where, for example, Call of Duty still puts more focus on the multiplayer aspect, so it's still got the gameplay.
Yeah.
But there is a load of games out there now where the focus is on just giving you a big story, and you're basically interacting with cutscenes.
Oh fuck! I played one of those. What did I play? It was just fucking cutscene after cutscene.
Was it Metal Gear Solid 4 or Heavy Rain?
Neither of those.
Oh, okay.
God of War.
Yeah, that too. That had a lot of fucking cutscenes. No, this one, like every fucking 10 minutes after I complete something, there'd just be another cutscene.
Was it a workout DVD?
No, it wasn't. Maybe it was Injustice. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, they
Oh
did
no,
have like cutscenes after every fight.
Yeah, Injustice's big story mode was like cutscene, all story for too long. It felt like sometimes with the focus in the wrong areas, then like a little fight, then big cutscene.
Yeah, it just went cutscene, fight, fight, and then I have to say some of the older games as well, because I've been playing Ratchet and Clank, like one of the original ones, and that had a fair bit of cutscene in it too. Like it still had a fair amount of game, but the cutscenes were fucking stupid. Because I don't really play all that much. I will be now that I'm moving, because I'm gonna have like fuck all internet. So I'll be able to respond more to this question. That, and I've got fucking 6 more games coming by the end of October. So
Which means sometime by the end of October, he will actually be able to answer, "Do you have anything you've played this week?"
Exactly.
And
Well,
right
I've
as he
got
goes to answer, Richter will go, "Yeah, we cut that segment this week."
Oh no, we got Disney Infinity coming at the end of August.
Indeed, we do. Me and you, so gonna co-op that. Woo!
Yep, gonna play that. I don't know how many figurines I'll be able to get now that I'm moving out, which sucks because I got to save money for Morphicon next year. Yeah, I can't really think of any other games that I've played where there's just that many cutscenes. Not that I actually play all that much, but
Fair enough. How about you, Geeky Girl?
Well, some games like try to be more movie-ish and don't focus like on the gameplay. They try to focus on the story, and they're like okay, but like gameplay is important because that's like the actual playability of it. Like Deadpool game, awesome story and stuff, but like it's just boring and crappy, and like like the gameplay part is like so. Like I appreciate like all the story and stuff, which is awesome, which is why I'm watching a let's play of it instead of actually playing it myself, because that's the non-playable parts, the only good parts of the game. So I'm watching it as a movie. The games like that, it just that's what it does. I mean, some games like it's okay if like I guess the gameplay isn't as intense like The Walking Dead or something. That's meant to be played the way it is, or like those Quantum Dream games. Those are like movies or something. But like they know exactly what they're doing when they do it. Like I think at least gameplay wise, and they put the limited amount of controls that are there that generally work. I don't know. It's my opinion. But it's different when you have like a freaking shoot 'em up, like hack and slash, blah blah blah, and then like they have all this story in there that's awesome. And then you come to the gameplay and you're like it's not very even. You can't go all out like with one and not like just abandon the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about you, Rick?
Well, for me, I know this is kind of odd, just as a small aside, but I feel like in RPGs that they stopped focusing on stories. It's like most games used to focus on gameplay, now they focus on stories. I feel like RPGs that used to focus on story are now focusing on like graphics or God only knows what else. But for other games, yeah, I do think they do focus on story. Sometimes a little too much, although probably I think some of that is they focus too much on graphics because I don't know how they spend the huge budget on these games and then they come out and it's like a 4-hour game. But excuse me, they
Let it be known anything under 10 hours is unacceptable.
yeah, sometimes. But I think that for me at least, I do like it when a game does have a story and that they at least pay attention to it. I don't think they have to focus on it, but I think there's a difference between focusing too much and not focusing enough. Like they seem to think it's like, oh, it's well, if we don't focus on it at all or we focus on it way too much, like there's a gray area. Do that. But I think that really with a game, gameplay itself is gonna make you replay it. Like a story sometimes will help you play through it or put up with a game that you don't like a little bit, to see how it is. But I think a lot of times to me, a story is not the best reason to replay. I usually replay something if the gameplay is fun, not because I want to see the story again. So I think to me, one aspect of focusing on the stories that would not be advisable is that it would probably kill some replay value because you already know all the twists and turns and but like if a game's fun, you're going to want to keep playing it regardless of if you've seen the same cutscene 8,000 times.
Yeah, I agree. They need to do My thoughts is I agree. They need to do a balance between the two.
Yeah.
I point you over to, for example, the game I keep raving about, which no one here has played, the American McGee's Alice and Alice Madness Returns. They had a story. They had a big story, but they also had great gameplay. It was fun to play those games. It was fun to experience this stuff. It's like I enjoyed the story in Sonic Adventure 1, and you got to play through a different gameplay stuff, which not all of it was good, but it's a case of they don't get that if you're just gonna make everything like concentrate, like spending all this money on just, oh look at our graphics, and look, we got all this big story for you, and the gameplay itself is shit. You should have just released that as a fucking animated movie.
Yeah.
You should have just released it as an animated movie, direct to DVD or something. The only difference is you wouldn't have people spending like 60 fucking dollars, as I believe games are over there, 40 quid over here. You don't have people. I mean, people. You shouldn't spend 40 quid on a game, but when you put in your console to play, it's basically a giant movie. That's like, wait, I've spent more on this than I have on an actual movie, or I spent more on this than I have on games that are actual games, because. You don't need a story for games. I point you over to stuff like Mario, which is stood the test of time. Yeah, people are going to insult some bro gamers insult it if it's too kiddie or whatever. Don't give a shit. It stood the test of time for a reason.
Yeah, it doesn't need like a whole like complicated story where
Yeah.
Mario was like I don't know. He just like as I was thinking of what was it? The new one, the sleeping Luigi one,
Dream
the
Team.
Dream World or whatever, where like they got like this whole crazy fucking thing going on, and they have like armor and like experience and like hit points and like I don't know. It's like it's really weird to me like right now.
Is that the Mario and Luigi game?
Yeah, the one where he sleeps or something, and they
Yeah.
have like
To be fair, Stace, that one's meant to be more like an RPG. Therefore, you're gonna have hit points and armor and stuff, because that's the type of thing you expect in an MMO.
I know. I was just weirded out for it because the last time he had hit points was Paper Mario, and you were not Paper Mario, so I was like, does not compute.
Yep, and of course, before Paper Mario, there was the Mario RPG on SNES.
Yep.
I have that actually.
And then the 1,000-Year Door.
Yep. Although I was gonna say, thingy with that, like I said, Mario stood the test of time. It's like some of it here we insulted and stuff, and I've insulted these games before now, but it's like Call of Duty. The reason Call of Duty sells isn't because it's got the big HD graphics that they keep advertising with the store with, oh look at our story, and most of the adverts for the first few months are just for cutscenes. We don't give a shit. People want to get that, go online, shoot stuff, and move the fuck on. It's literally the multiplayer is the best part of them. It's like fighting games, like Kage mentioned Injustice. Yeah, the Injustice storyline was pretty shit. I didn't like the story for Injustice, but it's a fighting game, and the core fighting elements were there. So its bread and butter was basically the the verse mode, exhibitions, and online and stuff. It's like the wrestling game. The storylines in the wrestling games are normally not that good, but where the replay value, as Richter put it, is in, it's all in playing online with your friends, having matches in universe mode and stuff like that. It's not in the story mode.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with racing games, but yeah, like you mentioned, there's too many games now coming out where, like, for example, that Last of Us that's just come out. I'm gonna say it. Not a lot of people here may agree with it. I don't care. Overrated as fuck. People have been listing that as like the greatest thing ever in gaming. It's like it's basically a movie with shit gameplay. And I'm not just saying that to be controversial either. I'm saying it because the story's good, it looks good, but the gameplay's pretty generic and bland as fuck.
And it can be immersion breaking.
Yeah.
I don't know, just on a small side, I read a comment that someone had that game really broke their immersion because there are enemies that hear you, and they don't hear the AI because the AI is dumb as hell. So it'll like just start running in, like bumping into them, but it won't sense them because the AI sucks. And
Wasn't that Marcus? I swear Marcus said that during Around the Pound or something.
I don't think he said it broke the immersion, but he did say that the AI is stupid. But I read a comment from someone that they thought that was immersion breaking because it does, it's like the enemy's supposed to hear them and they don't hear that. And I was like, that's a good point. That would kind of ruin the story element if you're supposed to be invested in it and then you just see this and you're like, I don't care anymore. That's stupid.
Yeah, some stuff like that.
I watched watch a Let's Play of it, and it literally can get so bad that literally your AI can like walk like straight through like the freaking zombie people or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and like they won't notice them because of the AI, but they'll
Yeah.
notice you. Like the
Yeah.
second you move or anything, it'll be like telling you a story or like in between dialogue or something. You'll be talking whatever. But my God, if you move from your fucking spot, we will get you. Like,
Yeah, it's like thingy with that one. It's like that Payday we played, Victor.
Uh-huh.
Remember the guy we had to keep poking?
Oh God.
There's a guy on that game, Stacy and Kage, that you have to escort somewhere, and every time you do it, he stops, crouches down, and you have to poke him to make him move. But while he's crouched down, the cops fucking shoot shitloads, like a whole screen of bullets straight through him, and he just stands there crouched over, like fucking invulnerable. I'm like, how did the cops catch you in the first place? You're fucking Superman at this point.
I think also slight bit with gameplay versus story is, even something like The Heist or Left 4 Dead, there's very little story. Most of it is just like the concept of the game, but the gameplay's so good you keep playing it because you can play with other people, and there's a lot of random elements where it doesn't make it feel the same.
I agree.
So those there are lots of games that don't need story, as you said earlier.
Yeah, and there's some games where, like Dragon Age, the story is good. I enjoyed the gameplay too. The gameplay is fucking good. I'll be honest, if the gameplay in that was, say, as bad as some other games we've played in the past, I wouldn't be replaying I wouldn't have replayed the crap out of it when we did.
Yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't have recommended it to everyone because it'd be like, yeah, the story's pretty good, but the gameplay's so shit. Avoid it now.
Well, yeah, I feel that a good story can make you play a bad game once. Good gameplay
Yes.
can make you play a terrible story many times.
Yes. Because that seems to be something people don't get nowadays. People don't get that when we pick up like our game, when we pick up our control pad, what we're doing is we want to game. We don't want to watch movies. We don't want you to show off, oh, look how good the graphics. We want a game. We want to do something where we ourselves are interacting with what's on the screen. We're controlling something. It doesn't matter if it's a fat ass little plumber trying to stomp on mushrooms. It doesn't matter if it's a metrosexual elf trying to save Zelda. None of this matters. It doesn't matter if you're fucking Guile from Street Fighter type guy with the big musculars, or
Style.
yeah, Guile from Street Fighter. It doesn't matter if you're like the big Guile or Arnold Schwarzenegger types with I'm playing a shooter game, now get to the chopper. Doesn't matter. You want to get to the chopper. You want to save Zelda. You want to stomp the mushrooms because you're playing the game. What we don't want is for you to keep saying, okay, local multiplayer gone. Single player, okay, we're gonna concentrate on this single player story now. And look at the cutscenes. Look how good this is. Oh, look, and then when you guys play, it's like, okay, so now I walk from point A to point B, and then there's a cutscene. Brilliant. We don't want that.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's not that I'm down on games having story either. I loved the story of like the new Tomb Raider. I fucking loved the story of that game, but that's because the gameplay is awesome on that game.
That was my one critique about the Okami is that you like seriously you couldn't like skip the story. Like I already know the story, okay? I just want the gameplay now, which is good, but like the story needs to hurry its ass up so I can skip it and get to the gameplay. Like
See,
Yeah.
I didn't like the story or the gameplay on Okami HD. I ended up deleting it after like the chapter 1 or 2. I was like, no, I had enough of this.
oh, just like I can't even like I swear you could skip that and like maybe I'm wrong, but I swear you could skip that in the original, and now I can't, and I'm like sitting there pressing A for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
every
oh my-
game needs the ability to pause cutscenes and skip cutscenes
Yeah,
at any point.
And I will say, because I don't like Okami's story and I don't like the gameplay, I'm going to say to you, Geeky Girl, Okami exists.
okay. That's how I was when I first like got it. I was like, it exists, and then I'm like, but yeah.
Yeah, but
There
now
might be one somewhere.
I'm like totally like Okami like exists like. I'll stop mocking Stacy.
Okay.
Like.
Oh my god. I just
Booyah.
want to in the face. Hit yourself in the face because I can't do it.
My face exists.
Does it? I don't know. I think it might be a myth.
But anyhow, I think we exhausted this topic.
Yep.
However, can you still hear us, Fallen Angel?
Yeah.
I have a challenge if everyone here chooses to accept it.
Okay.
For next week's XGR, so we can have a topic in mind a week in advance, because I've been enjoying these list ones more. Each one of us is going to come up with, and it doesn't have to be based on anything, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. We're each going to come up with one new game for the Wii U, the PS4, and the Xbox One that use the best features of each individual console and its unique consoles. Like if you're using the Xbox One, you're going to have to use the Kinect and stuff like that. And if you're using PS4, you're going to have to use some of its features and stuff like that. It's got like the Wii U screen and stuff, and see what the hell we come up with. And like I said, they can be based on stuff, they don't have to be.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we can't do it for the 3DS because that game I mentioned earlier already does that.
We can't mention it for the 3DS because it's not a new console.
I know.
Poor Victor. Victor's game. Okay, so on the Wii U, you use the touchpad, yeah, to touch it once, yeah, and a Mac appears on the screen, okay. And now I'm playing Kinect, okay, and I say Mac, yeah, and a Mac appears on the screen. Brilliant. Okay, what about the PS3? Well, I touch the touchpad, yeah, and a Mac appears on the screen.
I'm sorry, this is completely unrelated, but like I want the chocolate vision thing from Willy Wonka. It's gonna appear on the TV, and then I pull it out on the Wii U gamepad, and then they actually eat it, like Wonka Vision. Like the Wii U needs to make Wonka Vision real.
I want that with the Japanese dating sims, so I can like pull a woman's muff off the screen onto the gamepad and go.
Just parts of her, you don't even need the whole person.
No, just her muff. I want to eat the muff. I want to go muff diving.
He's got to clean the carpets. End scene.
And yeah, and see. But no. So thank you, thank you everyone for joining us for XGR, The Fallen Angel.
Yeah.
The Fallen Angel.
You.
The Fallen Angel.
Thank you. Ricky Hammer.
That's me.
Pew Pew.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yes, Pew Pew.
Okay, sound like yep.
And of course, dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel, dig another tunnel. What was that? Quick before the hyena come. Next time on XGR. See ya.
Bye.